Deep southern sky, the Milky Way bleeds across the frame. A solitary figure stands on cracked desert earth, looking up. Somewhere in the southern sky, hiding in plain sight among thousands of stars you have already dismissed, there's a door, not a metaphor, not a theory, an actual destination. The closest star system humanity has ever identified. A place where worlds exist, where atmospheres cling to survival. Where the question of life, the oldest question we have ever asked, may finally find its answer. Its name is Alpha Centauri, and it has been watching us far longer than we have been watching it. At 4.37 light years away, it sounds almost neighborly, until you do the math. 25 trillion miles of cold, breathless void separate us from everything this system contains. Our fastest spacecraft would take over 70,000 years just to arrive. The universe is not making this easy, but we're going anyway. Before we go any further into one of the most extraordinary star systems ever studied. If you're new here, welcome to Celestial Secrets. Every week, we take the most remarkable discoveries in space science and turn them into stories worth telling. If that sounds like something your brain needs, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, because what comes next in this documentary is going to completely change how you look at the night sky. Now, let's meet the neighbors. Most star systems are simple. A single star, planets arranged around it. Clean, predictable. Alpha Centauri is not most star systems. Here, there are three. The first is Alpha Centauri A, a main sequence star remarkably similar to our own Sunday. Its mass runs about 10% greater. Its radius stretches roughly 22% wider. If you placed it where our sun sits, mornings on Earth would feel slightly brighter, slightly warmer, but otherwise familiar. Its companion, Alpha Centauri B, is smaller, carrying about 90% of the sun's mass and a diameter 14% narrower, cooler in temperature, deeper in color. And yet, despite its smaller frame, it pumps out more X-ray radiation than its larger sibling. Size, it turns out, is not everything. Together, these two stars are locked in a slow gravitational waltz, orbiting their shared center of mass once every 80 years. An elegant, ancient rhythm playing out across the void. But then, far from the pair, orbiting at a distance so vast it takes more than 500,000 years to complete one revolution, there is the third. Proxima Centauri, the faintest of the three, a red dwarf carrying just 12% of our sun's mass, shining more than 20,000 times dimmer, completely invisible to the naked eye. Small, quiet, easy to overlook, and yet the most important star in this entire system, because Proxima Centauri is hiding something extraordinary. In 2016, astronomers made a discovery that sent tremors through the scientific community. Orbiting Proxima Centauri, buried beyond two vast rings of surrounding dust, was a planet. They called it Proxima B. Its density suggests solid rock beneath your feet. Its mass runs just 6% greater than Earth's. Its surface gravity would feel, remarkably, almost eerily, like home. This is not a gas giant drifting in the outer dark. This is a world with ground to stand on. But standing on it safely is another matter entirely. Proxima B orbits its star at just 7.5 million kilometers, 8 times closer than Mercury sits to our sun. A full year on this world lasts 11 days. And because of this extreme proximity, the planet is almost certainly tidally locked. One face forever turned toward the star. On the day side, temperatures climb to 100 degrees Celsius. Radiation hammers the surface continuously. The ground is desert-like, hostile, stripped of anything fragile enough to survive. On the night side, temperatures plunge below negative 150 degrees Celsius. Any atmosphere that drifts here freezes solid and collapses onto the surface. The land is silent, barren, a world that has never seen light. But between these two extremes, there's a line, a narrow ribbon of twilight where neither fire nor ice fully wins. Scientists call it the Terminator line. Here, temperatures could stabilize. Liquid water could pool and flow. An atmosphere could hold its shape. And in this thin corridor of possibility Life, against every odds stacked against it, might find a way. If plants grow here, they grow in shadow. Broadleafed, dark pigmented, perhaps black, evolved to capture every available photon in the dim red light of a star 20,000 times fainter than ours. Armored against radiation, rooted in survival, life here would not be shaped by seasons. It would be shaped by shadows. Proxima B is not alone in its system. 2 additional worlds have been detected orbiting Proxima Centauri. Proxima C, a mini-Neptune drifting far beyond the habitable zone, its surface locked in temperatures far below -200 degrees Celsius. And Proxima D, a tiny rocky world, carrying just 25% of Earth's mass, orbiting so close to the star that its surface is scorched and lifeless. 3 worlds, 3 very different fates, and 1 narrow strip of possibility holding the only real question that matters. Getting there will not be simple, but a plan already exists. Breakthrough Starshot, a bold initiative proposing fleets of centimeter-wide spacecraft equipped with solar sails. Driven not by conventional fuel, but by a ground-based laser array powerful enough to accelerate them to 20% the speed of light. At that velocity, the journey to Alpha Centauri takes just over 20 years. Not 70,000, 20. These probes will carry no crew. Only cameras, sensors, instruments designed to send back the first close images of another star system humanity has ever received. And when they arrive, when that data crosses 25 trillion miles of void and lands on a screen somewhere on Earth, it will be the single most important transmission in the history of our species. That star is still there tonight, right where it has always been, waiting. We spent thousands of years simply noticing it. We spent decades learning what it hides. And now, for the first time in human history, we're making plans to go. The moment we arrive will not just be a scientific milestone. It will be the moment we stop being a planetary species and become something the universe has never seen before. A civilization of many stars. The stars next door. A celestial secret's original. And that is Alpha Centauri, the system closest to our own, hiding 3 stars, at least 3 worlds, and one of the most tantalizing possibilities in all of modern science. If this documentary made you see the night sky differently, that is exactly what Celestial Secrets is here for. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment below telling me, do you think life exists on Proxima B? I read every single one. And stay curious, because the universe is just getting started.